So I just got back from watching Fantastic Four, the first steps. And okay, this one's gonna be difficult for me. I'm gonna yap a bit, guys. Uh have you ever seen something that was overhyped but yet it's still great? If you guys know what I'm talking about, please let me know. But that's how I felt for Fantastic Four. And I'll explain now. I'll start off with the positives. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, he did a great job. Um, he played the role of this complex person who's one of the smartest men in the whole world, and the things he has to come up with, the solutions he has to come up with, and yet he just cannot find a solution for this impending doom, and he played it really well. At the same time, he's about to be a father, which is, anxiety inducing anyway. So it's like this overbearing intelligence, this man with just cursed, I guess, with intelligence, trying to figure out how to keep the world and his child safe. He did a great job on there. Vanessa Kirby was great. Um, Ebon did great as well. He's known for the bear, and he does a great. He was actually in the Punisher season 1 too, which is crazy. He did great as a thing. Joseph Quinn was solid, but there is a negative that I have with him, and I'll speak on it in a bit. The musical score was great. I'm gonna butcher his last name, but Michael Giacchino. I know he did Batman 2021. I mean 2022 score. He was great. He had a great score. This whole movie had amazing musical scores. The visual effects. I mean, this is one of the best parts of the movie, man. The visual effects were stellar, bro. They were fantastic, and no pun intended. I mean, it was like the Jetson meets Interstellar, and with a mix of Star Trek. Like it was there was this great second act sequence, man, when they have to go visit Galactus, and it's not a spoiler because it's in the trailer. When that sequence happens, fire, fire, dude. I mean, it's so good, man. Visually stunning. It was just, and you had to lean forward, man, like you facing like Marvel rivals, and you guys are fighting for the spot. Anywho, listen, yeah, just stunning, just visually stunning. The action sequences were good, other than that second act, which was I think was one of the top MCU's action sequences for me. Was that one there? It was okay. It was solid. Action sequences were solid. Which is a negative. There was something in the negatives I'll mention about the action sequences in a bit. Um, and oh, I do enjoy that the movie it's in its own timeline. I think one of the gripes I have with Marvel is that a lot of its movies now are just like converging in a way that it's kind of hard to believe that what happened at Spider-Man, uh, Captain America didn't feel. And for example, Daredevil is a perfect example right now, where the whole Wilson Fisk anti-vigilante thing, and then you're trying to tell me Spider-Man doesn't know anything about it, but now Punisher is in Spider-Man, so it's gonna be weird. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. Um, so I'm glad that they decided to put these people, the Fantastic Four, in its own timeline, and it gives them the freedom to just create, to be themselves, to be that wackiness. And I think they did a good job with that. Another interesting thing, man, where the plot, like the fact that their planet was marked for death, and I still think my theory is their planet was marked for death because they are the only superheroes in their world. They didn't come for the regular MCU world simply because there's just so many heroes there that Silver Surfer couldn't go in there and do her thing. But in this one, Galactus basically said, "Yeah, I can wipe those four motherfuckers out. I can do it. I got you." I think he just when it was marked for death, it was man, and that's another thing. Silver Surfer and Galactus, they were great. Julia Gardner and Ralph Ineson, fantastic. I mean, Silver Surfer was awesome. The sequences with her was awesome. She was involved in the second act. She was awesome. And when she comes on the screen with the "I herald your beginning, I herald your end, I herald Galactus." Fire. Fire. Uh my man Galactus stepping out of his fucking chair and he died. Yeah, no, yeah, they were a legit threat. And they whenever they popped on screen, man, you kind of lean forward again. Like they were great. Um yeah, I think that's all. I think I covered most of the positives that I have about it. Yeah. Now on to the negatives. Joseph Quinn for me. He's solid. He's a good actor. I actually like him, man. I just this is personally, I couldn't get him as Johnny Storm. Just couldn't. I tried my best, y'all. I tried my best. I just I think that's a more personal thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's a more personal thing. He had a good moment in here. Once again, it's not him thing. It's not a Joseph Quinn thing. It's just I feel for me, Johnny Storm he just didn't get me. Um, that action. There's not that much action, to be honest. Other than that second act and the final act, there's not much action, and I think that might turn off a few people. Because there's moments in the movie theater I heard people yawning. There'd be moments where like Reed Richard would approach Sue Storm to have another dialogue, and people were like, someone goes and get a bathroom break. Yeah, I mean, it is very dialogue heavy and it's very like science type dialogue. So it can get possibly boring for some. For me, it was okay, but I could understand it. Um, Another thing, and again, when it comes to Marvel movies, this movie is predictable, and it is not the fault of itself. It is the fault of Kevin Feige and Marvel. They have to figure out a way. Maybe I'm just complaining. Maybe I'm nitpicking here. They have to figure out a way to somehow keep these projects under wrap as best as they could. I mean, Kevin Feige just admitted, like literally last week, where he said, "Oh no, the Fantastic Four is going to be leading the Avenger Doomsday." My guy, you don't say that before the movie comes out, because now any type of impending doom or any type of peril or danger or any situation that happens in here, for example, if somebody decides to sacrifice themselves, you don't believe it. You're like, yeah, bro, you're gonna be in the next movie, my guy. You're not gonna kill yourself. You know what I mean? And it takes away the soul sometimes of somebody. If somebody's willing to sacrifice themselves, they're like, man, they might do it, and then but they don't, because they're gonna come back. Because Kevin Feige decided to say so. So, um, but that's about the negatives, man. I mean, it was predictable. It does have, I guess I don't want to call it a negative for me. It's nitpicking again, but it does have its core linear Marvel thing. You know, big bad guy at the end, issue conflict in the middle, how we solve issue conflict, and face bad guy. So it's there, but they did a good job at it. That's the crazy part. It's like, yeah, it's the generic thing, but they did a great job with it. If I give it a rating, I give it about an 84%. I am so sorry. I am yapping. But this movie, it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. And I feel like I left a lot too. But if I give it a rating, once again, I'll give it an 84%. If you guys seen it, please let me know. If you guys got any questions, please feel free to ask. And appreciate y'all.